What is up, guys? It is me, the floor hugger, but you already know that. It is 2023. I can't believe we are already here. 2022 seems like it just flew by too fast. But you guys know I'm a bit of a sentimental girl, and I want to talk about some games we lost in 2022. So much happened in 2022 across the entire gaming sphere, from games like God of War and Elden Ring smashing global charts and being some of the amazing selling games, to quiet game popular games quietly shutting down, or yet again getting delayed. Looking at you, Skull and Bones, but it better be a damn good product, because if it gets delayed this much, I will not stand for another Mass Effect Andromeda situation. So in this video, I want to talk about some games we loved and lost in 2022. Some games deserve their end, some games came way too soon, if you ask, in my humble opinion. This is in no particular order, no particular structure. It's just games that happened to catch my eye this year, or technically last year. So I want to get your guys' thoughts and opinions. I will be making a part two because I didn't want to make this too long. That's what she said. And, I want to see if you guys throw some suggestions in there. So let's just get into the first game, and that is Assassin's Creed 3. Now, I should have seen this coming as an Assassin's Creed stan. I've been playing the games for 15 years. I should have seen this coming. It still caught me off guard. I'm not gonna lie. Logically, I know that Ubisoft, especially now at the time of this video, with the troubles they are going through, I know Ubisoft can't keep servers going forever. And Assassin's Creed, their multiplayer shut down a couple years back now, I think. I enjoyed the multiplayer of these games. I had to give it a try. You know, I'm going to try everything in an Assassin's Creed game. Every little weird feature that they have, including when Black Flag had the phone. You can control it from your phone, the companion stuff, the ship little missions. I tried it all. Tried Unity's co-op, tried it all. And I liked every single one of them. I'm just blind. I'm on blind stand at this point. I'm playing Odyssey at the time of this video right now, and I'm going to go play Valhalla after this. And I'm probably I don't even know if I'll finish Valhalla before Mirage comes out, but if not, I'll go back and play, Assassin's Creed, what is it called? Freedom Cry, and then China, and then there's the Russia. Yeah, I'll go back and play all of them because I love Assassin's Creed. The multiplayer, though, before I get too sidetracked, they were refreshing and not like the average multiplayer you see. They were a cat and mouse game of chasing other players and truly relying on skill and gadgets, and it often made for humbling nights because you thought you were good, but you really weren't that good. Assassin's Creed 3 was a game, and I'm going to throw myself in this, was a game that took a lot of time for most people to warm up to. It took the reins after the darlings Ezio and Desmond were put to rest, and Assassin's Creed 3 unfortunately followed the formula that we had already seen in those games. It wouldn't be until really, I think, Unity, and after that we would start to see a switch up in gameplay. But Assassin's Creed 3 was good now that in retrospectives, but the multiplayer was completely redesigned for the new characters that they had in the multiplayer. They had new powers and new modes to showcase those powers. As of September 2022, the servers are gone. And that also means that Black Flag, and I can't remember if Rogue, because I've only played Rogue on PS3 and I haven't played that much into it, those servers are on the chopping block next if they're not already gone. I don't know. I haven't fired them up in forever, and I only play Black Flag on PC now because mods. Anyway, I'm kind of sad we'll never see another Assassin's Creed multiplayer. I should say as of right now, because 2014 was the last time they did anything multiplayer, and that was just a few co-op missions in Unity. What do you guys think? Did you play Assassin's Creed multiplayers? Do you think they're ever going to come back? I know they're probably going to, when they do their open world stuff that they want to do, the PvP, always online, that shit, there's probably going to be multiplayer in there, because that would make no sense if there wasn't. Do like a Destiny style for people like me that don't want to fight others. We have options, and for people that just want to spend all day shooting each other, they can, or not shooting but assassinating each other, they can go and do that. This next game, I'm gonna be one hundo. I almost cried. I almost cried when I heard this got shut down. It made me a little emotional because I have hundreds of hours into this free-to-play title, and that is Forsaken World. Oh, shutting down. This game has a special place in my heart and it always will. When I first got into PC gaming, I didn't have a ton of money because y'all know PC gaming is expensive as shit. And this is all I really played because I wasn't as versed in games as I am today, where I'll just play anything and give it a try. If I don't like it, I don't like it. There I was like, I don't know what I like. I know I like MMOs, but I wasn't sure. And Forsaken World was recommended to me, so I downloaded it. And I enjoyed the hell out of this back in like 2011, 2014. This was a 2011 free-to-play MMORPG that was created by Perfect World Beijing and released by Perfect World Entertainment. And if you guys know anything about Perfect World, they kind of are the kings of MMOs and stuff like that. The game allowed players to immerse themselves in magical universes where their actions had a direct impact on the world around them. Something you see standard in today's MMOs, but back then it was kind of like, oh, okay. It had typical class and race systems along, the lines that we see in most games now. But the one thing that made this really freaking cool, in my opinion, was a playable free vampire class. Some games you have to grind them out. Some games you have to have an in-game incident happen. I'll take ESO for example. You have to go get bitten by a fellow player to be a werewolf. There's ways to do it, but the easiest way is to get bitten by a fellow player if they can, and they can only bite once a day, I think. But here you can start from right off the gaff. You can be a vampire, and that was pretty cool to me because I had a vampire. I started with a vampire. I was like, yes, please. On April 28th, 2022, the game's creators officially announced that the servers would go down on November 30th, bringing the 11-year lifespan of the game to an end. 11 years. Perfect World changed its name to Gearbox Publishing after it was acquired by Embracer Group in 2021 for a paltry sum of $103 million. I wish I had $103 million. The company didn't want to focus on a Chinese-centric MMO when they want to focus on Western markets, so it only made natural sense that the game would be shut down eventually, unfortunately. Like I said, this is the game I probably have the most time in on this list. I'm sad to see it go, but I'm thankful for the people I met, the friends I made, and the time I could spend in this community, although I have a sneaking suspicion in a few years' time, this will be like City of Heroes, and the community could revive it. It's probably not going to happen ever, but City of Heroes, nobody thought that would come back after DC shut that shit down. So I hope this game comes back, because I would spend more hours in this. I haven't played it in years, but I do love this game. The next game on this list is Scavengers. I genuinely felt bad about this one. I'm not even gonna lie. I've been following it since it was announced and even played a little bit of it, even though I'm not a huge PvPvE. That does not roll off the tongue, y'all. Whew. I'm not that type of person that plays these games. When I play Destiny, I play the PvE. I don't play PvP. The game lasted about a year and a half before it shut down, or before it was announced in November that it would be shutting down. The failure of Scavengers to connect with a sustainable audience was likely made worse by the acquisition of the developer Midwinter by Behavior Interactive, which is the company by Dead by Daylight. Now, I have no opinions on Dead by Daylight. I know some people love it and other people hate it, and I don't know enough about Behavior Interactive to make a statement on that. Ultimately, Scavengers never left early access before it closed in December 16th, and I feel bad. Because it was genuinely, it played well, it looked good, it just never caught on. And in this day and age where there is a lot of games as a service games, you gotta have something outstanding to beat out the games that people are gonna play every day. ESO, Call of Duty, Apex, League of Legends, Destiny, and Scavengers just didn't have that. But it is a spot in our history books that we can enjoy and look back and go, damn. Kind of like Lawbreakers, just damn. Now, okay, don't judge me. This may be a bit naive, especially since gaming is what I do. But I didn't think 1v1 fighting games shut down so quickly. Now, Jump Force is a complex game. And in my mind, no matter how mid the fighting game was, it just seemed to stay open forever. At least that's what it feels like, I should say. Naive, I know that it's a fighting game and it's a game and it still needs audience retention and numbers. And I know Jump Force was a 50th anniversary for a magazine or something, but it still felt like it was. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Am I crazy for thinking that fighting games just last forever? Like the online components? Jump Force came out in 2019, 2020, depending on your location, Japan, all that. And it was announced to be shutting down November 10th, 2021, I think. Bandai Namco then delisted it from digital stores along with its DLC on February 8th, which, damn, coming up to the year anniversary of that. And it finally whimpered its last breath 10 months later, August 24th, 2022. There were over 40 characters over 16 different series, including Naruto, One Piece, and Hunter x Hunter, and a bunch. Like I said, it was a 50th anniversary for a manga magazine, I think. I know the game really struggled to find its footing, and it was even on Game Pass for a bit, and I tried it out. I didn't like it because I like fighting games, but I'm not good at them, so I stay away from them. The only fighting games I'll play is like Injustice and Mortal Kombat and Smash, because Smash is... I slept on Smash, but now that I have a Switch, okay. Anyway, it received middle-of-the-road scores, and to make an educated guess, about 2019 to 2020, there were 22 other games published or developed by Bandai Namco, including the Dark Pictures, the anthology of Little Hope and the Man of Medan, Ace Combat 7, Project Cars 3, and a handful of other anime fighting titles. Now, I'm not making excuses for the game, but it was a crowded market at the same time, even in its own sphere of Bandai. I just think this game couldn't capture the market it needed, and it was taken by other fighting games that just controlled better, had better character selection, and was presented a better product to the consumers. Fighting game people are picky. Ish, sometimes. Fighting game people just have so many other options. What's, Mugen? People are using Mugen to use these characters to fight. There's so many other games that just came out at this time. Did you guys ever play Jump Force? Because I tried. I did not like it. Now, this final game is a weird one, but it's also impressive. Let me just get into it. I didn't even know there was a Street branch of Forza. My introduction was Horizon 4, which I absolutely fell in love with, the one set in Scotland, or the United Kingdom, I should say. And I fell in love with it, and it led me to checking out the motorsports side, which I don't mind. I just, coming from a Gran Turismo background, it's like, I want to arcade instead of a true simulation right now. So you're probably very confused, as I was, to see this on a list, but relax and breathe because it's a mobile game. It's an accomplishment to create a realistic racer with the polish of Forza and the look and feel of a still full-fledged game in the player's hands and on the go, but they managed to do it. The simulator component of the core Forza games was taken and made available to the casual gamers on the go with Forza Street. Unfortunately, it did create a rift in the community. It was either adored or hated by players. There was no middle ground, as it is with most mobile games of massive franchises. The servers for the mobile game were therefore shut down for a variety of reasons. Cars ran on their own, players weren't in complete control of them, turns, boosts, and other interactive features that aided in winning the race were tapped on by the screen, or tapped on the screen by the players. That's a grammatical sentence. For a mobile game, Forza did last fairly long. It was released in 2019 and continued for 3 years before being stopped in early 2022. And in order, like good guy developers on this, in order to ensure that no one was dissatisfied, developers compensated players who made purchases within 30 days of the game's closure. You can't get much better than that. Now, like I said, I don't play a shit ton of mobile games. I have a few. I have a couple idle games. I have some really good puzzle games, but I don't know if I could see myself ever playing a racing game, especially a racing game that I've experienced the way it should be experienced on a phone. But this is not it's not marketed towards me, you know? Did you guys ever play any of these games? Don't forget, it's Assassin's Creed, Forsaken World, my baby, Scavengers, Jump Force, and Forza Street. I will be making another part of this because there's just so many games that some of them I didn't even know got shut down. last year. I almost said this year. Let me know if I've missed anything. Stay tuned for part 2, and just let me know your thoughts on this video. Am I doing good? Am I doing bad? What more do you want to see from me? Just let me know. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys. I love you.